Good morning, guys. Hope you're doing well. You had a nice weekend. So the update, the risk calculation is slightly later than normal. We'd get this out a bit earlier than normal, but I had lots of questions, which is fine. And we'd had lots of interest over the weekend, and we took on some new people, which is cool. And so I was just getting back to those questions, so hence the late bulletin today. So hopefully you guys don't mind. We get it done before 8, but it's just one of those things. So there were lots of greens, we can see. They heard our short and they added short, but in a small way. Technicals were really pumped. We were 28 on Friday and we closed at 84. So we really did pump on the indices. What's going on there? Pay special, I think. Yeah, and so we're at the extremes now because everything is looking pretty bullish. We have to be a little bit careful because what can happen is that when it's looking mega bullish, you might get some herd involved and they might want to go long. And also, secondly, it's a really good idea to de-risk when this level here is high. You're looking for longs when it's like 20. And you're looking potentially to de-risk or scale out when it's high. I wouldn't say buy low, sell high, because you don't really want to be selling indices. Okay, so that's just a really key thing. This is what part of the QDB system is, that we're only looking for longs. Okay, I've been saying it for months. So you've got to be really careful. If you're fighting those risks on those pumps, then you're going to probably do yourself some damage. You can't really be fighting those risk on flows, and so what you want to do is buy this when it's low, but de-risk or scale out when it's high. Don't sell. Okay, that's my recommendation. That's what I put into Twitter. There's some analysis that I did on the weekly S&P. We've got a weekly bearish harmonic, but you still wouldn't want to sell it, you know, because the things are going to continue higher. I mean, we had like a war in the Middle East. You know, things are still pumping, you know, so, and we could have an alien invasion next week, and then the following week we can pump, you know. It's ridiculous. So you'd want to be really careful about selling. All right, there's the movement that we saw in the indices. The Nasdaq was 2% on Friday. VIX was absolutely destroyed. So that's the risk calc. Be careful, because we're extremes, and it might be the case of some late bulls entering, and the old bears are going to get really squished as well. So we've got like a bit of a cocktail there where we could be at a little bit of an extreme, sentimentally speaking. Okay, QDB scores, and we'll see what's the top. EC dollar yen. Wow, this has been at the top half for a long time. We've got some Swiss strength here. Kiwi Swiss, dollar Swiss, CAD Swiss is all at the bottom, so GA at the bottom too, and so that's the QDB scores. Failure rate I could quickly look at. They're getting destroyed. We'd probably be around 70-80%, and that would be normal. If we're below 50%, it just tells us that the herd are getting paid. Currently they're getting punished, and that would be perfectly normal. So you want colours to align, so they're getting punished on Aussie and they're getting punished on their dollar. They've gone long dollar, price has fallen. They shorted dollar yen, price is going up. So that's how that works. Robot time, fantastic. Really happy with the robot. In fact, I couldn't be happier because it all went to plan on Thursday, Friday. We held on to the trades as per 2.3 logic, and it's going well. We didn't get stopped out. We came fairly close. So our stops were fine, so that's great, and it looks like we're going to be out and completely flat, and we'll have to be careful because we've got the CPI tomorrow, but then again we are testing on a demo, so we should be fine. Just be careful if you're live trading, because we're going to see a big roller coaster, and I'm wondering about the Aussie USD. We might see a repeat of that high, and it might want to pump in order to dump up here. So obviously there's going to be a supply, isn't there? You know, there's a reason for this to fall, but you might just want to retest that level up here, where you can have some strong resistance on the volume as well. So potential scenario today, tomorrow, in order to dump, and the same might apply to indices. We might pump a little bit today in order to get a nice entry for a sell. So you've got to be careful. So that's the robot taken care of. We'll try and make this a little bit quicker. Gold, well, I just covered gold quite a lot in the Discord. I just made a separate video for that. Basically, you've got to be careful about the technicals before you're looking to buy, because we've got a descending moving average on the H4, and it's quite strongly descending. Okay, they did go long, so we can create a box here. This is going to be a resistance here. Okay, and you've got to be patient with this one if you're looking for longs. Okay, where are we? This one. Oh, I didn't map it quite, but you get the idea. It's actually that candle there, but this is going to be a resistance because they've gone long, so they unwittingly created a supply because there has to be someone to take the other side of that transaction, so it dumps, right? That's how that works. S&P, now we were sideways, weren't we? And we're a little bit sideways now, and it's hard to say what's going to happen here, and I think what probably happened is that we'll use this as a springboard, I think, and then pump like that. So it will kind of depend what happens here. Obviously VIX has got really crushed, so because of that this can do quite well. US 30, and well, they made a risky sell, but it's now going sideways, so I think they're probably going to sell it, like I said in the analysis this morning. So very likely they're going to sell it, aren't they? If they do, then we'll pump. So that's that. DAX, and then I'll wrap up the video. And so a bit sideways there, so remember to be careful. I'll be back later for the robot report, but I don't know if it's going to open any signals today. It might not. We'll have to look at the bubbles. So remember to trade safely, and I'll speak to you guys soon.